Hi, this is Peggy Van Zalm, and you are listening to Retrospectives with John Broughton on 3SER KC Radio.
Whatever happened to the fairy princess? She got kidnapped by reality police.
As you can hear, our guest in the studio tonight is Peggy Van Zalm.
Hi John,
Hi.
Hi to everybody out there.
Welcome to the suburbs of Melbourne.
Thank you. Yes, I'm enjoying it. I've been here 3 weeks now.
3 weeks. This isn't the first stages of a Peggy relocation, is it?
Oh, I've been thinking about it many times actually.
Have you?
Yeah, well, even from the last quite recent visit in February. I thought, wow, this is a city that I think really treats their artists with more respect than where I've been of late.
We hear all sorts of reports down here about the live scene in Sydney.
Yeah.
How good or bad is it?
I think I had greater expectations of it. And that's why I've spent the last 5 years really based there to try and make some headway. And it's not really until I sort of dislodged myself a little bit from it since the end of last year that I've realised maybe it wasn't the best time spent and energy. It's better actually moving around and it's a bit more receptive when you actually go out and seek other avenues, it seems.
So you've been here a couple of weeks and you're here for a few more weeks yet?
Yes, another 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm. The last time you were here, you did the folk festival down to Port Fairy.
Port Fairy, yes.
How did that go?
Oh, very enjoyable.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, I really like the festival atmosphere. I think it's a good one for my music, and it's a good one for my circumstance as well, because I have a child who's 4 years old and he really likes that as well. It's good, good for him.
So you do the festival circuit a fair bit up north?
I'm starting to, yeah. I'd like to do a lot more, but it's like just getting a foot in the door, and then people start to know you, the organisers, and then
is it tough sometimes playing those festivals, because a lot of the times you'd be playing to an audience that hasn't specifically come to see you?
Yeah.
Can that make it difficult?
Yeah, but I'm sort of used to that. But I enjoy the challenge of it, I think, in this circumstance, because I think the potential is quite a lot bigger than say doing support for when I'm talking about playing to audiences that don't really come to see you particularly, like in bigger venues and with other acts. I think at festivals people are there to hear music.
Yeah, and they're pretty much open to anything.
Yeah, they're open.
Yeah, true.
To new stuff.
Do you vary your act to, say, a club crowd to a festival crowd?
Yeah, I vary it from gig to gig depending on what feels right. Yeah, what sort of feels like what I want to play and what I think is right for the night. Yeah.
The studio tonight on 3SER, Peggy Van Zalm, who has got a borrowed guitar, not a borrowed guitar, a hand-me-down guitar, I guess you could call.
Yeah, I say that I'm actually caretaking this one.
Caretaking, that's a good word for it.
Yeah.
And you're going to knock out a live one for us.
Yeah, sure.
Tell us all about it.
Okay. This is called Let's Escape, and the title actually came from a story, a kid's story, but it seemed fitting because it's actually a story of breaking free.
Sonny and Cupid and little boy Blue left the harbor city in springtime on a wing and a prayer and a burgeoning dream, with destination freedom. Goodbye prisoner mind. Hello northern sun, we're rising from sleeping times. Let's escape, let's escape, let's escape and follow our star. Ultramarine, liquid mountains, the North Coast summertime, a fuel for the flame of a minstrel's dream divine. But the gypsy heart beats steady, so steady on the road of time. destiny unfolding before their eyes. Let's escape, let's escape, let's escape and follow our star. South of Sydney, synchronicity, new friends or old friends, how magic mountain, Gulaka speaks to me. Keep on moving to the feeling. Let's escape and follow our star. Let's escape, let's escape, let's escape and follow our star.
Oh, lovely. That's a nice one. New one?
Yeah, sort of new.
Mhm.
Yeah, one of the newest ones, and it's just about my journeys over the last few months, breaking out of Sydney,
Yeah.
and yeah, just I guess a little bit about how unleashing yourself, I think, from a sense of security and giving rein to more fate, I guess, and just maybe benevolence. You can actually just notice how synchronicity kicks in. It sort of happened for me, and it's good. I'm enjoying it.
Now, speaking of breaking out, you broke away from Perth originally.
Yeah.
Now, that's not really recognised as one of the music capitals of the world, but really, when you think about it, it's produced some wonderful bands over the years.
Yeah, for sure.
What was it about the place, do you think, that...
Well, I was thinking about that the other day. Well, just, I guess Perth is to Australia what Australia is to the world as far as, like, remoteness.
Mm.
And, you know, within that there's the opportunity for doing things a little bit more originally and in one's own way. So maybe there's that element.
Fair enough.
Do you agree?
Yeah, I do actually, yeah. And
Yeah.
I spoke to the late David McComb a few years ago, and
Oh,
he said
yeah.
pretty much the same thing.
All right.
Yeah. So, yeah, I do agree. Are you inspired to write much when you're away from home?
Yeah, when I can, how should I put this? I said it in a very negative way this morning, but it's a lot about being able to, get my own space, because now with the child too, and he's still at home, it's very difficult to get that sort of quiet time where I can just let my imagination free and not think, oh, what's that boy need now, sort of thing. Or he'll come in and, what are you doing, Mum? Can I have a go at that?
So there any Melbourne songs spinning around there in that brain of yours yet?
Yes, could be, for
Oh,
sure.
good.
When I get a free moment, I'll put it down.
We're talking to Peggy Van Zalm on the program tonight. To Peggy Van Zalm, a guest on the program. Co-writing, Peggy. Not something you do a real lot of. Looking back over your album credits, I think there's only one or two examples of it. Is that something you shy away from, or something you'd like to try more? Or
I write very differently when I co-write. And let's see, some of the songs from the Soul Magic album. I spent like a whole 6 weeks writing with Phil Koukoulis, preparing all that and different ways of writing. I think it definitely brings out different things, but when I write on my own, I don't know, that's something that's a little bit less, let's see, when you, I don't know, I can't think of the word at the moment, it's not coming out. I don't know, you don't inhibit I don't inhibit myself so much, so I can just let all the feelings come out and not worry about
What the other person might
yeah,
think.
what's wrong about that? But it's also good to write with other people because it brings out different ways of maybe doing that, like, you know. But I haven't done a lot of it. No, that's true. Maybe partly due to circumstance, and I haven't really been looking for that either, so...
So you haven't really gone out of your way to avoid it or
No,
approach it?
That's right.
Yeah. Sort of in between somewhere. Now, you've re-released Shine under the new name.
Yeah.
And reordered some of the tracks, is that right?
That's right, yeah.
What prompted you to do that?
Well, we did have a whole... Well, I sort of ran out. I ran out of CDs as far as like having them available for people at gigs. So I thought, well, how can I get more? I knew that there were some from the producers of the original CD, but I wasn't able to get my hands on them. So I just thought, well, I'll redo it, but I can't... I don't know. I wasn't really happy with the order actually after all. So I thought maybe to... give it a different sort of a slant. It does listen, I can hear it really differently now with the reordering too. I think it just creates a different mood somehow. And so just gave it a new title as well because of, it's not really the same album. It's got
It's amazing how just switching a few songs around can change the whole mood of an album, isn't
I
it?
think that's really true.
Yeah.
And people tend to, people have got a CD, you can put on the tracks you like when you like. And that sort
In
of
the
thing
order
anyway.
that you want anyway,
Yeah.
Yeah. So what was it you weren't happy about the original lineup?
I don't know. I just guess after living with it for a while, you just want to have it fresher anyway. So I think that was part of the impetus as well. Just to, we're going to put it out. We've got the opportunity to reorder it, so it felt right to do.
You weren't tempted to go one step further and re-record or remix any of it?
Oh yeah, we could, but we haven't got the master tapes. Horrible.
Oh,
sort of
right, like
mix-up
that.
That happened, yeah. So we've actually lost them, so can't do that.
So
anyway,
how it
could
is how you
re-record,
get it.
yes,
Yeah,
but, not remix. So yeah, maybe that will happen. But there's too many other songs that I want to record first.
Yeah, true. Now, is there any overseas plans for either of these releases? I think you mentioned Europe was an area you had your eye on when we last spoke.
Yeah. Yeah, the trick is getting it out there. Sure, I'd love it to be over there.
So have you...
Canada here is pretty friendly for women singer-songwriters. So. But I haven't really... Yeah, they have... again, I think maybe the avenue might be like to book some festivals or something. I've been looking at that. But yeah, the other thing is just... I don't know, there has to be a break that happens for it.
Yeah.
Sort of to make it worthwhile going over. And then, try and stay for about 3 months or something. But we'll see. I was hoping to do it this year and it hasn't happened. Because other things sort of start evolving, so you go, I'll go with this for a while.
You don't seem like you're busting to get over there. It's just...
I'd like to.
Yeah, but not actively pushing for it at the moment.
No, as I say, a few things are starting to develop, like with the festival circuit here, so I think it'd be good to just try and work that for a little bit. But if some offer came up, definitely wouldn't knock it back.
Wouldn't say no, of course not. You set for another live one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
why not? Okay. This one's called Nuisance, and it's, when I wrote it, I didn't know who it was about, but the feeling was very much, making a nuisance of yourself, and I felt it was in the realm of those on the front line, so to speak, in the Green movement or people at Jabiluka, Greenpeace, whatever, and making a nuisance of yourself in a good way to sort of change things for the positive. Getting serious, oh, I'm serious, so serious when I say making a nuisance of myself. Make a difference like you want to, live it different like you have to.
making a nuisance of myself. Who you are, brightest star, take it far, believe in the power of who you are, brightest star. Ooh. Sacred, holy day, face to face, you didn't walk away. No, no, no other way. Now live it different, like you want to. Make a difference, like you have to. Making a nuisance of myself. Yeah, no, yeah. Making a nuisance of myself. Making a nuisance of myself. Who you are, brightest star, take it far, believe in the power of who you are. Brightest star.
Very nice indeed.
Guitar kept falling off my lap.
Well, those two light tracks are anything to go by. I think you've got a very handy album up your sleeve.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Very strong indeed. And a little bit bluesy there.
Yeah, I think it's definitely the guitar and the
Mhm.
tuning brings out something different.
Brings out
Instruments are like
the blues woman in you. Play a track from the old Martha's Vineyard days.
that. Mm.
Is there any old unreleased Martha's Vineyard material floating around that'll let us
There
get a
is.
light of day? Yeah, there is.
Yeah, there is actually. We did a demo of some new songs just after that album was released. That didn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
because, the record company didn't think they were appropriate.
Right.
But I think a couple of tracks are actually quite good, so you never know.
Will they surface one day maybe?
Never know.
Do you incorporate any of the old Martha's Vineyard stuff
I
in your
do,
live show?
yeah, I still like playing some of it. For a while there, I sort of didn't want to. I didn't think, didn't think it was right. But yeah, a lot of the songs are still appropriate, and I think it's kind of nice to see where the music started and where it's at now.
Where you came from and where you are
Yeah.
now, yeah.
Yeah.
Reviewers, how do you feel about reviewers going through your personal work and putting their labels on it and voicing their opinions?
Oh, how do I feel about it? It's all right if it's good. I don't mind. I mean, everybody has to, find reference points, and I think that's all right. I don't mind that.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah. Doesn't bother me really.
Doesn't bother you? What about pigeonholing and categorising of music?
Give me an example then.
Oh, well, someone tries to, when they're reviewing an album, perhaps reviewing one of your works, comparing it to somebody else's work, saying, oh, she fits into this style.
Yeah. Well, I think it just is very open to interpretation. I don't think my work really fits anywhere very rigidly. So I'm just like, oh yeah, okay. Oh, that person thinks I sound like, yeah, right, okay. It doesn't bother me, but sometimes it surprises me maybe, amuses me. But it can never really be given a definite sort of, oh, this is it sort of thing. That's what I reckon anyway about my music, because all the songs I like to so that they just get dressed up in whatever seems to fit them, rather
Yeah.
than it has to be this style. Moves around a lot. Yeah.
Now let's talk about your current trip to Melbourne. I think you mentioned you were playing live with a band and solo as well.
Yes, I've got 2 solo shows
Yeah.
still coming up, and one with a band. It's a 3-piece, double bass and drums and percussion.
So obviously some locals that you know.
Yes, well, one who is an ex-local. He's actually now based in Sydney, and that's how I know him. But he still makes a few trips down here, so I can try and sink in with him.
Any names we might know there, or?
Possibly, yeah. Michael Curry. He's a double bass player.
Mm-hmm.
He's very eclectic in his styles. I think he's very. He's trained classically, and he plays a lot of jazz, and he's done world music and folk music, so suits me actually.
Yeah.
Do different things.
Yeah.
And Paul Grage, who he recommended. I haven't actually played with Paul yet. That'll be tomorrow at the Subterrane. He's just going to come along and have a bit of a casual play, and I have a good feeling about it. I think he'll be good. Because he plays hand drums as well as a kit, so that's nice too, bit of diversity.
So your plans perhaps to get a full-time regular backing band together?
I've been trying.
Yeah.
It just hasn't happened. Like, sometimes I think I was so lucky when I first started playing music. It just worked well with people, and everyone had, similar sort of way of, I don't know, easygoingness, and let's do this, and it wasn't too serious. I think maybe that's my thing. I'm a bit too serious now, and other people that I work with have got other projects, so it's really hard to tie people down.
Would you
your
say
project, it's
you're a different on-stage personality if you're playing solo, or with some backup behind you?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
It is different when you play with other people. There's a lot more energy, and it's combined, flavour. So, but then, with the solo thing, it can be a lot more spontaneous, I think, too, because I can just change in between how I play a song and not have to worry about other people sort of being there, and rearrange even just what I'm planning to do for the next song, and not have to, make sure everybody knows what I'm doing. Just do it.
Well, let's do some spontaneous live stuff now.
All right.
What do you got for us?
This is Won't Let You Down, and it's one of the songs that I wrote when I was in Bondi, when I was still in Bondi, looking out from my window, and I could see the sea.
Won't let you down, down. So baby, lean upon this love. Won't let you down, won't let you down, won't let you down, won't let you down, won't let you down. Yeah, I won't let you. Won't let you, won't let you, won't let you down.
Lovely.
Thanks, John.
Is this the live debut with the inherited guitar?
It is, I think, for radio. Yeah.
Excellent.
There you go.
Coming across very well.
Mr. Gillette.
Sounds like you were born with that guitar in hand. You're doing the managerial side of things at the moment, aren't you? How are you finding that?
Yeah. Oh, I'm just sort of stumbling along. That's how I'm finding it. Yeah. It works to an extent, but it's limited. I can put it that way.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very much determined by what mood I'm in, how confident I am, and what else I have to do on that day.
Yeah.
I can't really, set aside hours of a day to do it because I can't plan it. It just depends on what's happening.
What's happening.
So, yeah.
Something you'd like to hand the reins over to somebody else with eventually, I think.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think that there's only so much I can really accomplish, but it's fine at this level for now. Yeah.
What's the biggest pitfall, the biggest headache that you come across being an independent artist trying to promote yourself out there?
Selling it big, really.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to sell yourself big. You sound like a bit of a ponce,
Yeah.
But, I think, yeah, like getting gigs is hard, and yeah, just the distribution side too of with the CDs. Okay, got a CD, great, on a big high when you record a new one, and then the reality sets in about how to get it out there, marketing, having the budget to do all that.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
So have you picked up a newfound respect for band managers and
You bet.
agents?
Yeah, but I can see why I've had to, how it's come down to this, because I shook it all off. I shook the whole band thing off, and
Yeah.
became very critical and very discontent with being what I felt pushed around, to do the commercial thing, strut the commercial thing. But I can see how much work goes into it, and I'm still reluctant to hand it over in some ways because I know I'll start feeling discontent again. At the moment, it's like, I'm still hungry.
Yeah.
So there's a strange sort of paradox that occurs.
You could always take a business course and get a stable of bands working for you as well. Same time.
Yeah, there's an idea.
Now, we've had a couple of new ones already tonight, so you've got a bit of a swag of new stuff up your sleeve, I'd say.
I have, yeah. Since the last recording, so we're keen to do a bit more. I sort of feel like something a little bit stripped back again, maybe more indicative of what I do live solo, so people get a taste of that, maybe.
So in a perfect world, when are we looking at getting this onto...
I'd love to have something new by the end of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's possible?
It's kind of possible, yeah, because just whilst we've been in Melbourne, we've been looking at ways to spend all the money that I've earned. And we've bought a hard disk recording setup, so
right.
to at least get the beginnings of it happening, and maybe who knows how far we'll get. Depends how good we get at it in the next few months, I think. Because it's quite again another learning curve, all that sort of stuff, Pro Tools and all that. If anyone, all the software, and it's a bit of a different way of doing it rather than the hands-on digital mixing and all that.
Terrific.
More buttons to press.
So, punters out there, get out and catch Peggy live over the next few weeks so we can bankroll this new CD. How about a sample of another live one for us?
Okay,
Yeah.
Something a bit more rowdy.
Yeah, let's get rowdy. Why not?
This is called Dreams. Want to find you too.
Lost in my head, I get no rest. Lost in my head, I get no rest. Every day, still the same. Getting tired of this game. Well, yeah, logic is God, but it can't ease the pain. Logic is God, but can't ease the pain. You know there's a way through. Showing me, yeah, what to do. Gotta get back to the one thing. Gotta get back to something true. Standing on the balcony, looking out to see footprints in the sand, voices on the wind, they've been telling me, they've been telling me, yeah, telling me. Dreams, wanna find you too. Your dreams, wanna find you too. And that's the way, yeah, the way, yeah, through.
Oh, the big finish there.
Silly and rowdy.
Nice one.
Thanks.
What's on your books when you get home to Sydney?
Back to Sydney. Yeah, I've got a few little gigs rigged up, but I like to spend a bit of time recording, trying out this gear and seeing how we go with it.
Terrific.
Yeah.
Now, the Melbourne gigs. Let's run through what we've got so far. You got tomorrow. There's one, I think you said. Is that right?
Yeah.
Where's that?
At the Subterrane in Fitzroy North.
Mm-hmm.
St George's Road. That's a nice place. It's vegetarian cafe and venue.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so that's a nice atmosphere there. And that starts at 9 o'clock.
And that's with band.
That's with Paul, the drummer, coming along.
Oh, okay.
I think he's coming. He said he'd drop in.
So he's there, he's there, he's not, he's not. Yeah. Okay, this is the two of you. And the Rose of Australia, Williamstown on the 28th of June.
Yes, that's right. And that's a new venue. That's a Monday night.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that starts at about 8:30.
Oh, nice early one.
Yeah.
And then the Commercial in
Commercial
Yarraville.
is the last gig of the tour, and that's on a Friday night, and that's going to be the big finale.
That's the big finish. That's the big band.
Yeah. So that should be fun. I'm looking forward to that.
Terrific.
I played there last time I was here, and that's a really nice venue too, over in Yarraville. Yeah.
So they're on the books at the moment, and maybe, you never know, maybe one or two more might come along on the way, or are you going to leave it
probably
at
not
that?
now. It's a bit late to really organise and promote. So next time I'm planning to come down again in August, middle of August. So try and keep you informed. Of what's
Do
going
that,
on
yeah,
there.
for sure.
All right.
Well, I'm going to let you get back on the road.
Okay. Got a long way to go.
Yeah, I hope you don't get lost on the way
St
back.
Kilda.
Give us a call here if you do. I'll direct you back to St Kilda.
I had a horrible thought because I don't have a spare tyre at the moment.
Oh, no.
I hope I don't get a flat tyre on the way back. But now that I've thought about it, I probably won't. It only happens to take you by surprise.
Exactly, if you don't think about it. Well, thanks again, Peggy. It's been a
John.
treat speaking to you
it's
and
been
meeting you
great
instead of just
pleasure.
speaking in cyberspace for a change.
Yeah, I'm in a bit happier mood than the last time you spoke to me too, I think.
I think you were fine last time, from memory. I know it was late,
Good.
and I had a hunch that I might have woken you, but not to worry. No, it's been fantastic, and you'll certainly see my ugly mug at one of those gigs over the
good.
next few weeks.
Look forward to it.
We'll make our way there.
Thanks, John.
Okay, thanks, Peggy.